Okay, so I have covered the canvas with black gesso, but you can use the any dark color for your background. Either you can do black or you can do a dark blue, or you can mix any other color with black to give it another tone instead of just black. I used gesso because this is a used canvas. I mean, this there was a painting on this before. So what you got to do? So I'm mixing two colors, green and black. I'm making it a little darker because first we need dark tones in order to build layers. So mix the color, little extra color. Take a plastic like this and on the front side, okay? The front, not the back, not the back, the front of the leaf. Take the leaf, hold the stem like this and in too much thin color because then it will be difficult to imprint. So take little less diluted color. Then you just randomly place anywhere. Just randomly place and hold it properly and just press it with the roller. Hold the stem and pick it up. See, if there is more color, sometimes there is more color remaining on your leaf, so you can just put it back gently, hold and press. Pick it up. Repeat the same process. Take your brush and color your leaf and just randomly put it and print. Is gonna be a little away from each other. Like in this layer, you will not put too close. Okay, direction of the leaf so that the canvas doesn't look like one-sided. Keep holding the leaf because otherwise it might move and then it may give you a different shape. You don't have to dip your brush every time in the water, but don't keep it without water for too long because then the color will start drying. Always keep water when you're painting. Always keep a cloth when you're painting because you will have to keep your things clean. Make sure you have colored the whole leaf so that the imprint is proper. So the placements you have to see properly. Like it will be random, but it shouldn't have like one direction. Then it might not look as beautiful as it should. That's it. I've taken the color. You can take any color. And just do this. Wet your brush. Like that, repeat for all the stencils. If you don't have multiple, just take it off and repeat. If you don't have the tape, then just hold it. Hold your stencil like this. Do it. And just put your roller back into the water so that it doesn't dry. Your leaves will be covered somewhere, but that's the whole idea. By the way, I just did one layer of leaves. Just feeling a bit lazy to complete it. So yours will look a little different. Let it dry and then we will. So this is dry. That's a bit. And we'll pour out for now. I need it a little darker, so I will use black. Because of some color deposits, some places, it, see some places there will be color deposits, so it will give a different effect. See here. So when it dries off, it will dry off like that. See here. Okay. So now I will do the shapes. Just random shapes, nothing in particular. So like some big shapes, okay? Like this. Random shapes, nothing in particular. Now watch this step very carefully. So taking this blue and wet my brush and just like very little color, okay? Not too much color. See how much color is there in my brush? There is practically no color. But still there is color. See? There is color. But you can't see it on my brush. So practically you will take very less color. Dilute it. So there shouldn't be any color deposit. See, there shouldn't be any color deposit. So if there is a color deposit, just mix it. Take a little more water. Dilute it. And see how my doing is. So basically it will see diluted. Okay? Now see this. Outside the shapes, I will just color in. Depending on what color you're taking, it should be a little lighter color, not the dark color, so that we will first do the outline and then just smudge it. Smudge the edges so that have a blotted shape outside. Okay? Take the color, dilute and repeat. Okay. See how I'm smudging? The lower layer is still visible under this color also. But this is, see here the layer is still visible, but this is more prominent. And near the shapes it's a little brighter. So basically you will outline and take a little water, dilute and smudge. So that the outline of that shape is not like it's not a another shape on. The shape should be visible inside. So the visible shape is, see the shape is inside, not outside. So if you don't smudge the outside, the shape will be visible outside only. Take the extra water off and smudge. Whole technique, whole painting will be always like a wash kind of a thing. And you won't carry more color in the brush. Part is visible. Yet it's covered, but still it's visible. Here it's little wet, so you can't see it on the phone right now. Once it's dry, it will be visible like this. So this is how I'm take it out. Yeah, see? Okay, now so we have done this bigger shapes. What we will do now is a little smaller shapes than these. Like this. These are bigger shapes. Now we'll do smaller shapes. Now see how I'm doing the smaller shapes and covering a few parts of this and a few parts of this. See, I have covered with multiple shapes and small ones. Now, once I cover the color, once I do the coloring, then the shapes will be more evident. So, the idea is to take a little lighter shade than this, or if the shade is similar, like if it's the same light shade or dark shade, just change the color. So, like I have changed the color, and the same way that you did this one, we'll do the same way. So, dip your brush, dilute your color. Same two colors, mix your color well, dilute it. There is no color on my brush, yet there is color. See, so you know how to do it, right? See, diluted. See, diluted. Okay. So start, and now it will be like this, covering the previous color. So basically, you will color your new shape outside of your new shapes. So like I need a little more color, so I'll mix a little more color. This is a little too diluted, so I'm using a little more color. So you'll have to judge that also, that if whether you need a little more color. So you'll have to judge your canvas accordingly. Smudge. You know how to smudge. So use your color canvas, cover the outside of your shape and smudge. Now we are coloring this as well. And also remember, once you use the color, once the color is dry, the wet color is more has more depth. Once the color is dry, it will go a little more lighter, little more diluted than what you are seeing now. So use accordingly. In some places, if you feel that the color is a little more diluted, you can just retouch it with a little more color. Like here, it is a little diluted, so I just touched it a little more color to make these shapes more evident. And yet, if you come close, yet if you come close, you will be able to see the entire background still. See, even this has all colors, and yet it is visible. You see, all the designs are visible. Designs are visible. Now, once this is done, we'll do a wash again with the same color, your background color, and then it's done for this stage. Okay. So basically, the shapes that were there before, we covered it with smaller shapes. Now that this shape is also visible, and this shape is also more evident. So it is a layer, and both layers are visible.